Anthony, you're no stranger to being the underdog. You know, when you took on Rashad Evans or Volkan, same sort of talk was there. How do you feel about the way it's framed with Jon Jones?
Oh, I like it. I like it. There's no pressure on me. No one expects anything from me, so it's going to make it easy to shock the world and do what I do best, and that's grind and just shock people. And I always like to bring surprises and I go out there and I fight my tail off.
Now, Kamaru, how about you? Things got heated between you and Tyron at the press conference, which can happen. But why was it there? Where did the animosity stem from?
I think the animosity stems from we're both respectful of each other, of each other's craft. But it's once you sign a contract that you basically say that you're gonna try to derail me providing the best possible future for my children or my parents or my siblings that I can because you signed this contract to fight me, then it's personal at that point. You know, he didn't have to sign. He could have said, no, I don't want to fight that guy. But he signed to fight me, so it became personal. And on March 2nd, that's the date that we're going to have to settle it.
Anthony, you're signed on the dotted line against one of the greatest of all time. What is it about Jones's skill set that you're most concerned about?
I'm not concerned with anything that Jon Jones does, and that's why I'm at the point I'm at in my career right now. That's why I'm the guy challenging for the title, because I don't go into fights worried about what the other guy is going to do, and I think that every guy that Jon has fought up to this point has been worried about what Jon is going to do. And I do believe I'm the only one who genuinely doesn't care what Jon has planned. It's not my fight style. It's not my personality. It's not my mentality. I go in there and I impose my will on him. And that's really what this game is about. It's about who is going to impose what they want to do on the other person, and if you're worried about what he's doing, it's not possible.
Let's flip that then. What do you have planned for him? What should he be worried about coming from you?
Jon should be worried about getting in a fight, and it's been a long time since he's actually done that. Jon is a phenomenal competitor. He's a great athlete, but he doesn't enjoy fighting. There's a big difference between being a mixed martial arts competitor and a fighter. And I think that me and Jon are two opposite ends of that spectrum. And I'm going to force Jon to fight. And that's something that he doesn't necessarily enjoy that much.
Now, Kamaru, Tyron says that there's no aspect of fighting that you can beat him in. Are there weaknesses that you've assessed from him that you know you can beat him in?
When it comes down to just breaking it down technically, he's good everywhere. He is, and I understand that. But he also knows that I'm good everywhere. But he has to convince himself, there's nowhere you can beat me, to make himself feel better. He makes statements like, I'm the greatest of all time and it's time for me to start acting like it. That just tells me you're just trying to convince yourself that you're good enough. They're trying to give you that pep talk. Yeah, you're the champ. You're the best. You can do it. You can do it. I don't care. I'm coming. I don't care about all that. None of that phases me or derails me. Doesn't matter. I'm going in to fight his heart. I've seen him quit. He's never seen me quit because there's no quit in me. No one had to be by my side telling me, all right, harder, run faster, run harder. No one had to tell me that. I did all that by myself. I'm here, and I'm going to fight his heart, and I want to see if he's going to quit because he knows I'm not going to quit. But I guarantee you he quits before I do.
So you think he's doubting himself right now?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's a fight. It's a fighter mentality. Like, it's how you deal with it. You're going to have to doubt yourself. If you don't doubt yourself, that's you drinking your own Kool-Aid right there, because you have to continue to improve. And in order to do that, you have to doubt. You have to have that certain level of doubt, like, oh man, did I do enough of this? Did I do enough of that? Okay, I'm going to work more. I'm going to work harder. If you don't have that, you're just selling yourself a bunch of BS. So I know for a fact that he's doubting himself, like, man, this guy can wrestle too. And he does hit hard too. I mean, he doesn't get tired. I know for a fact he's doubting himself. And on March 2nd, he's going to have to find out the hard way.
Now, Anthony, I mentioned before the hype around a Jones fight. There's also generally some controversy around his fights as well. How would you assess his legacy right now? When you hear his name, what do you think?
Right now, he's the greatest of all time, you know, and that's all I focus on. Here's how I look at it. You can go about Jon Jones's controversy one of two ways. You can attack him for it and use it as a narrative to try to gain some fans and get some some clickbait, but you're not really doing yourself any service by doing that, because here's the simple fact of it. Jon Jones is the champion of the world, and he's eligible. That's all that matters to me. He has the title, and he has the ability to defend it. All the other stuff is just distractions. All the other guys that have ever fought Jon have attacked him personally. They attack what he does outside of the cage. They attack what he does inside of it. I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't care what he's done. I don't care who he's beat. I don't care where he's been. None of that matters. All I want is the gold belt around his waist, and he's eligible to defend it. That's it. So all the drug testing stuff, all the outside, that's none of my business. What Jon Jones does outside of the octagon is none of my business, and I don't care.
You and him, the result, no excuses.
No excuses. No, there's no. If anyone else who wants to use all this other stuff as an excuse, they're looking for a backup for if they lose. I don't need a backup because I'm not gonna lose. Jon Jones is not gonna beat me. I don't care what he does. I don't care how good he is. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what the odds makers say. Jon Jones will not beat me on March 2nd.